This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Hi, everybody. No Shawnee Mac today.
No way.
But we soldiered on regardless.
Oh, we were so good at it today.
Heroes, you might say.
We talk about people strategically planning a breakup.
Oh.
These are calculated
Yes.
and they're good.
Take notes because
Yes.
you might be able to use some of these. When somebody ruined the show for you, you're going to hear some extraordinary stories, including things not to do at a Harry Styles concert.
Yeah, and also we talked about what drove you out of your home. Harry is smelling something gross at his house. What is it, Harry?
Even worse than usual, eh?
What do you think it is?
A dead rat.
A dead rat. We're going to find out for sure if it is a dead rat today. Wow, this is going to be the biggest news
What a
we've seen in
cliffhanger.
2023.
What a cliffhanger.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
On Nova 937.
It's 6:03. Nathan, Nat and Shaun. The revolving door continues here at the Nathan, Nat and Shaun show. One in, one out. Nathan Morris back. Shaun McManus out.
Well, we all can't be in the studio at the same
No, that's
time
right.
in case it crashes.
That's-
One of us needs to be out in the world as the lone survivor.
It's certainly the week of it, isn't it? So funny.
Designated survivor, they call it.
Yeah, that's right. So
God, that was a good show.
I never saw the show,
Natalie,
but
Keanu Reeves
I understand the concept.
Reluctantly becomes president because everyone else in the government gets killed, and that always happens. That's a designated survivor. What, Harry?
Kiefer Sutherland. It's Kiefer Sutherland.
Where's Kiefer? What did I say?
You said
Keanu
Keanu
Reeves.
Reeves.
Oh, 1,000 apologies.
Oh, that's it. Yeah,
How
accepted.
good would it have been with Keanu Reeves?
No, so much better.
The nice guy of Hollywood. You'd want him to survive.
Yeah,
You guys are rotating the studio through the studio every day.
Yeah,
but I'm
except
here
for
every
you.
day.
Yeah. You're the one constant in our lives,
Yeah,
Harry.
so I'll just go out with the explosion or whatever it is. Okay.
Interesting. We're talking about you a little bit later.
Oh, cool.
Harry's not sleeping in his house.
No, not for a good reason. unfortunately.
I think he deserves it.
You could go to the gym or do the shopping or go to work.
But what if you went in a beachier direction?
You're only a what if away from a holiday with the What If app. Book accommodation, flights, packages and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
It's the Bank West vending machine.
Let's hear it for Bank West, home of the good stuff.
Here we go. Time to crank up our Bankwest vending machine, home of the good stuff. As you know, we have our contestant ready and waiting to go. It's Larice from East Perth. Hello,
Good morning.
Hi, Larice.
Larice. Now,
Hello.
are you feeling lucky?
Oh, sort of.
Yeah. I mean, this is a great competition because you don't really have to do anything. You know, it's very
Yeah.
low effort.
Larice, it's a very exciting time, though. This morning we're having a guest vendor, and that is Ali.
Ellie Petrusovic.
Morning.
We're
Hey,
going to
Ellie.
give you the 10 cents and put you near the vending machine. Do you
Okay.
feel like you're up for it?
Yeah, I'm nervous, but I'm up for it.
All right. Well, you head on over to the vending machine.
Okay,
we'll
I'm
give you a
going.
bit of time because
All
it's
right.
quite a journey.
All right. Good luck.
There she goes.
All right. Safe
And-
journeys.
Right here.
Oh, well
there.
done, she nailed it. Larice, your job is to tell Ellie which buttons to press. We need A, B, or C, and then 1, 2, 3, or 4. What do you reckon?
Okay, I'll go B3 this morning.
B3, Ellie.
B3, Ellie.
Okay, she's putting the coin in. Yes, now, Ellie. Oh, lovely action on the coin. B3. Oh!
Here we go.
B3 has dispensed. It's
we
fallen
go.
all the way down.
No, hurry
Grab
back,
it out.
hurry back.
Hurry back.
Hurry back. Oh, she's here. No, you're opening.
You're gonna open
So you're
it
going to let
too.
them know
Oh, I open it?
what
Yeah.
confectionery they've won and
Okay.
then what they've won.
Ooh.
So, Larice,
Alrighty.
it's exciting
got-
times.
A Freddo Frog, hundreds and thousands edition.
Oh! Are they new?
I've never seen such
Well,
a thing.
congratulations, Larice. Do you
Larice.
know, Larice, do you want to just keep the frog or do you want to find out what else you've got?
I think we'll find out what else we've got.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting. And a bit greedy. But okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Read that too,
All
Ellie.
right, you've won 2 GA Bankwest Best Seats to see Cirque du Soleil at REC Arena on September 16th.
Larice,
Excellent. Thank
how
you.
cool's that?
Nice.
We
It's
love
really
Cirque
cool.
du Soleil.
I know. And with your Freddo, it's dinner and a show. Dinner and a show, Larice.
Sounds perfect.
Well done. You have a brilliant
Well done, Ellie.
Thursday, Larice.
I will. Thanks very much, guys.
worries,
Good job.
honey.
Don't worry if you missed that. We'll be giving away Bankwest, home of the good stuff prizes all week. So more to come tomorrow. It's 20 past
Wow,
6.
that is a good Freddo.
I know.
That's
I
it.
kind of want to crack it
We
open and
did-
see how it works.
Let's crack it open and see how
But
it
it's
works.
Larice's.
And, we can get more, Natalie. And there are
Stop
hundreds
it.
and thousands in there.
Inside, not on top. Inside.
Inside.
Inside the frog.
How? Did they get the frog to swallow them?
Yes. That's
How?
how it works.
How Harry.
Oh,
take
Harry's
it
going to have a
away.
crack at it. Harry,
Okay,
how do we
what do
feel
you
about it?
think?
Is it a
Yeah,
triumph?
well done.
Or is it the
Yeah.
hundreds and thousands just taking up space where more chocolate could have been?
No, that's effective. That's
Oh,
good.
is it?
Well, to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
honest,
yeah.
though, with the size of the frog, they're also 10s and 20s.
Can I have another? Can I have the other half? I'm going to have the bottom half of the frog.
Lorraine should have taken
What do you
that.
think?
Oh, okay, it adds texture.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Oh, so it's like an exfoliant.
It gives it a bit of crunch. Yeah. The smoothness of the milk chocolate around a little bit of crunch.
Like an internal exfoliant.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
It's a beautiful thing when you know that your house is your sanctuary. It's the place where you can go home and relax and feel safe, and you've got all your things, and it's just
It's home, isn't it?
It's home. It's home. I'm really enjoying mine at the moment. Natalie, how about you?
Oh, yeah, always. It's great, you know.
Yeah. How does it smell at your place? I'm
A little bit doggy, but...
Oh, okay, right. 'Cause I
A little bit doggy, but I've
thought you'd
got...
be a bit citrusy.
I've got a number of scented candles everywhere,
Okay.
like, do you know what I mean? And not long ago, I had a blackout, so I lit them all at once, and so that was a lot of different scents competing.
Yeah,
at
right.
once, just so I could have light.
Yeah, you're
So
right. You
they're
really
still
should
lingering.
stick to a theme of
Yes.
of
Well,
scented
people
candles.
give you things as well. So, I had so many. There was a lot of vanilla / sandalwood
same.
/ citrus.
Mine were all completely different when I had a blackout, and it was the same thing in all these different smells, and it smelled like you were out in a beer garden and just everyone's vaping.
Yes, a little bit of that. But Harry, who presses the buttons for us,
Hi.
this hasn't been the case for you, Big H.
Oh, I've had to move out, guys.
You've moved out?
I've moved out. There is a smell in my room so putrid that I think the scientific name for it is ammonia.
Now-
Wash your jocks, Harry.
Yeah.
Just take them out and put them in the washing
My first
machine.
question was, have you washed your sheets?
I tell you what, I've literally turned my room inside out because I'm scared it's going to be something that I'm responsible
Yeah,
for.
sure, sure.
Rather than my theory, which is either mold in the roof or a dead animal, like
Yeah.
a rat.
Now, you can smell death.
Yes. Yes.
You can pretty much put your finger on it if it's death.
Yes, if I go up to like either two corners in my room near the roof, it is just
Okay.
like
It's death?
It's bad. I think it's bad to inhale this, and I think it's
Well,
made
your
me a little
voice-
bit sick. Yeah,
Went the other day.
yeah.
And that wasn't from you partying too hard and just going have an absolute blinder on the weekend.
I didn't even go out on the weekend.
No, it was from
Stayed
him,
home to sniff
him,
that
Yeah,
rat.
maybe
him
that's the
sucking
issue.
in dead rat fumes.
So Saturday, it got so bad that I emailed the property manager.
Yes.
I went, okay, I've had enough. This is it. Get someone here ASAP.
And
And they're only coming today, so it's only been action for someone to come this
you
morning.
haven't been able to live there.
Correct,
And
yeah.
they didn't do anything for 4 days.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Did you try and mitigate the situation by buying a few
Some
hundred
Febreze.
dumb magic trees and chucking it up in the manhole or anything?
I had. I mean, the problem is when I go up into the manhole and into the roof.
Tell me.
Well, it's very hard to get in there. No. It doesn't smell that bad up there, so I don't know if it's something behind. There's something behind some insulation,
Or if it's
or it actually is something in my room, which I'm terrified of
Legit-
because that will
legit
cost me.
concern.
I
Yeah.
think there's pest control coming this morning, and if it's my fault, it will probably cost me.
I don't think it can be your fault.
no, but
Not
he's saying if the smell is emanating
Yeah.
from something that he's put in
Yeah,
the
I
room.
know, but you would have found it by
No,
now.
Yeah,
No.
I think so. I've had people come in there. I've got my housemate and our colleague Driz.
Yes.
Come in here and smell this. What do you think? Is that me or something going on in there?
I
So-
asked Driz about it yesterday, and he just said he thought Harry was being a little bit dramatic, and then he went in there and he said he's never smelt such an ungodly stench.
Yeah.
And
It's
also,
bad.
your room, hilarious. Everyone else is living there?
I know. And I've got, there's like two guys
Targeted.
that share a wall with me. Like, why isn't
They
this in
can't
their
smell it.
walls?
That's weird.
Yeah, it's
so
scary.
you went home, you moved home.
Yeah, luckily just round the corner to good old Kath and Tone Fitz' house. Yeah.
Mate.
It's pretty comfy over there, though.
Yeah, I
must
wouldn't
say.
go back.
The air is pure in
I bet
Flores.
it is.
I've been driven out of my home once, and that was to do with many ants. I'd been out on a big night, and then that night beforehand, and I'd gone out for a couple of days, and that night beforehand we'd been drinking out of a thirst tanker, and we'd poured some alcohol in it. The Coca-Cola thirst tankers, the big ones, 3 litres. And anyway, we left the lid off and then went out for 2 days and then came home, and all the ants on the planet had moved in.
And we're getting drunk. They were having a massive party.
because when I went, that's weird. And it looks like all those ants are going in, because I was living in a granny flat at the back. It looks like all those ants are leading towards the granny flat. And they were. And then went in there, it was like a dance party. And they were on everything. And all I did, and I was very, I'd had 2 big days out and about. I didn't have the the skills or the anything to be able to deal with the problem in front
So
of me.
you didn't think to pick it up and take it, put it
Natalie,
outside?
I couldn't even. Natalie, you don't understand. There were so many ants. I just closed the door and walked away. It didn't get any better.
Moved out. That's it. Friends of mine were just at home one night. And they lived in an old house in Fremantle, and then one of the girls was in the kitchen, and she went, "Oh, that's weird," and because a cockroach crawled out of the sink, out of the drain hole in the sink, and then another one came, and then another one came, and then it was like a horror film, then they coming out of every, like up through the floorboards, through the drains in the shower and in the bath, everywhere, through the, they had those little vents in the floor, through the vents. So, and until there was like a couple of inches of cockroaches over every floor. And they were renting, and so but it was nighttime, so nothing they could do. They just fled from the house.
You have crossed a deity.
Yes,
there is a deity. I don't know whether it's Jesus or if it's Allah
or Satan.
Or if it's Buddha. You have upset somebody in power.
Yes. So they just fled and had to stay away until the pest people dealt with it. I know.
We want to know what drove you out of your house, and it doesn't have to be an infestation. It could just simply have been a smell. It could have been a person. Maybe it was your bloody neighbours. We're going to give somebody $150 to spend at Mick Robert Distillery.
Lovely.
For tours and tastings, you can check out this family-owned and operated distillery. Details at mickrobertdistillery.com.au. You're going to have a great time there.
All right, it's a pretty simple question. What drove you out of your house? Amy, hello.
Hi there, how are you?
Hey,
Amy. What drove you out of your home?
It was actually a really bad housemate.
Yes, okay, great.
I was in England. I was nursing at the time, and a housemate that I was living with, for whatever reason, took a dislike, and she would do things. So it was winter, and she would turn off the heating and the hot water when I went to bed. So I was getting up to no heating and no hot water.
Why?
And then
Save money.
I have no idea. To this day, I don't know. But when I was at work, she would move all of my belongings, like cushions from the couch, photo frames, like everything I owned, back into my bedroom.
To keep you contained.
Literally, I have no idea what went down, but yeah.
So you would just come home, see that, take all your things back out and put the cushions back on the couch and everything?
Yeah, this happened so many times. Yeah.
What is that about?
Well, she obviously did not like your selection from Adair's,
yes,
did
that's
she?
Right.
Yeah.
Amy, how weird.
It was so weird. It escalated so much that I eventually just packed them and left.
Yes.
You took your scudder cushions in your left.
Well, she'd pretty much packed all your stuff for you, to be fair. So that
was there anything wrong with your cushion selection?
I don't know.
Just some nice cushions.
They were just nice
cushions.
I mean, regardless, like just the fact, even if they're kind of ugly cushions, just turn them around. You don't have to pick them up every day and put them in a room.
Amy, when this first started happening, right? So you've come home and there's all your stuff's back in your room, and then you've gone, okay, and you've probably gone, I'm not going to say anything about it, and then the next day it's happened again. The next day it's happened again. Did you have a discussion why it was happening?
No, do you know what? I don't have a spine, so no, I've not mentioned it.
I get it, because it's your home and you don't want confrontation.
Like that.
Amy. Poor spineless little Amy. Oh, you're adorable. Thank you, Amy. It sounds like you had to flee the country as well, Amy. Is that what happened? Is that why you came to Australia?
That's so funny.
Oh, yeah, not so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so good.
You're funny.
Thank you. Alison's in Tapping. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Al.
Why did you have to leave your house? Why were you driven out?
We had a really bad mouse situation. So they were doing work behind our house, so putting in new houses, and we just became like inundated with, to the point of like sitting watching the TV and they would crawl out from underneath the couch across the seat.
So was it that? So they knocked down all the old houses around you, and so the mice just decided that your house was a safe haven?
Yeah, ours obviously looked quite nice, and they decided to come on in, to the point of like even at night. I had like a hollow base frame, and I was laying in there and I thought I could hear something when my head was on the pillow, and they were like inside my bed.
They were inside your bed.
And then I could hear something in my cupboard in the middle of the night. It was like 2 a.m, so I got this box out of my cupboard, and I was trying to unpack it, and it jumped into my face.
Oh,
I just was out.
No.
I just had to
Did you consider getting like a whole lot of cats?
possibly. I mean, I'm allergic, and I was probably considering that because it was that bad. So,
That's amazing.
Or you just get like, $500 worth of cheese shipped next door.
Hope for the best.
Hope for the best.
Oh.
The rat jumping into your face, though.
That's not great. Not great.
When,
Not ideal.
When timid animals like rats and that usually get
mice
scared.
even.
With mice.
Tiny little mice.
When they get bold enough to jump in your face, you know that they've got thousands of friends there.
Yeah,
ready
they've got
to
backup,
take you.
haven't they? Thanks, Alison. Megan, hello.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Hi,
Good,
good,
Megs.
Megs.
Okay, what happened? What drove you out of your own home?
So this was a few years ago. I was living in a rental in Adelaide, and I had this smell of rotten egg, and I'm like, all day I couldn't figure out. I was like emptying my bins out. I'm like looking down the drains. I'm like thinking, where the hell is this smell of rotten egg coming from? Slightly getting lightheaded and a little bit giddy. My partner gets home from work, and he's like, what's that smell, babe? I'm like, it smells like rotten egg. It's been here all day. And he's like, babe, that smells like a gas leak. And I'm like, oh, my God.
You've just been breathing it happily all day. I hope you're not a smoker.
He got home from work early because I hadn't picked the kids up yet.
Oh.
I know it was one of the kids' birthdays and we had the cake ready to go.
But we called the real estate and they're like, oh, yeah, we'll get someone out ASAP because obviously it's hazard. They didn't get anyone out until like late afternoon the next day, so we couldn't stay there that night.
24 hours before. That's an emergency.
So just
I know, right? The whole house could have gone off.
How long were you personally marinating in gas before you knew it was gas?
Oh, I'd say probably a good 5 hours.
Megan.
You're like a Molotov cocktail. I think an hour later, if you'd gone for a walk and you're walking down the street, someone flicked a cigarette in front of you, you would have gone, push.
So
Put it this way, my partner was like, do you think we should probably take you to the doctor to get checked out?
Wow. Megan. Amazing.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
If you smell
Thanks,
the smell
everybody.
of rotten egg, everybody,
gas leak before you think rotten egg.
3 hours max. Like 3 hours, then do something about it.
Everyone's got their limit.
Yeah, they were fantastic. You know
So
what?
good.
I'm going to go back to Amy. Amy from
I had a
Rockingham.
housemate that drove her out of the house by putting all of her stuff repeatedly in her
You
room.
all deserve it, but Amy's the
I
one that's
know.
going to get $150 to spend at McRobert Distillery coming your way, Amy. Well
You're going to
done,
love that, Amy.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I was reading this article yesterday, guys, and it said the truth about Australian secret serial killers.
Secret serial killers.
Yes. So there's ones that we know about in the paper that we read about every day. We don't. It says that, how's this for a statistic? You ready? It said that an average person unknowingly walks past 36 murderers in their lifetime.
Stop it.
You?
Look at Ellie. And it's not going to all be today. I mean, it'd be unlikely.
You can just get him out of the way in one go.
So tick them off as you go. I know I've gone
And
past
if you
three.
if that does happen today and you walk past all 36, let us know what suburb you're in.
And also,
I'm pretty
maybe-
sure we all know which one it is.
And maybe run. Don't just saunter.
run.
Maybe run.
So some experts believe that there could be thousands of active serial killers around the world right now committing the most heinous crimes and going completely under the radar.
So are they saying we walk past 36 murderers or 36 serial killers?
Murderers in their lifetime, and then they're saying then there's thousands of active serial killers that we don't know because we haven't found the bodies and
yeah,
stuff.
that's right. That's
so
right.
they said they believe there could be a number of serial killers dotted around Australia right now going completely undetected and walking freely among us.
I feel like this is my thing with like social media, mobile phones pinging locations.
Yes.
And CCTV everywhere.
Yeah, you've been
Evidence.
watching Hunted, haven't you?
How on earth can you get away with...
Easy. Former Detective Luke Taylor has said because of 95% of our Great Southern land is uninhabited, Wolf Creek, basically.
Nathan, you were telling people how to be serial killers.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious. If you are a serial killer and you don't realise the amount of land we have to
Then
be
it's
able
not
to
for you.
dispose of a body and have it never found again, then you've chosen the wrong profession.
Profession?
Just be a normal killer. Don't be a serial one.
Do you know what the definition of a serial killer is?
What?
It's that they have killed more than one person on more than one day. So you can't be a serial killer if you kill 2 people on the one day.
So it's got nothing to do with serial at all.
Nothing
I thought
to do
it was
with serial.
if you've murdered someone just right. That's a serial.
Stop it. That's sin bin yourself.
No,
that is
that's
not,
great.
That is not
Okay,
bellworthy.
Ali, come back here. I'll come back here. I want to know. Okay, 36 murderers.
She's going
we've
home to
walked
lock
past.
her doors. What are you talking about?
36 murderers we've walked past. Have you? Do you? What sort of person do you think looks like a murderer?
Oh, Harry. So I think he's most likely.
Have you walked past them? Like, do you ever
Do you
think?
know that you have?
Do
Is
you
that
feel
the
the
question?
energy?
For me, I think an adult man that chooses to wear a bow tie every day is possibly a serial killer, excluding scientists.
You're right.
But so what, you go up and say, excuse me, are you a scientist? And if they say no, then you go, well, you're obviously a serial killer if you see somebody wearing a bow tie. Or you're on your way to a black tie function.
You can be on the way to a function. If you're on the way to a function, no worries. If you are every day waking up and putting a bow tie on as an adult man and there is no particular reason for it, you're out to murder many people.
I would think that would be a very distinguishing feature.
Yeah, that would
I
be-
know.
I mean, obviously all the
Which
witnesses
is great
are dead.
because you know why? It throws you off. It's like, oh, he's wearing a bow tie. He won't murder me. He's going to murder you the most. So, do you reckon there's many men wearing bow ties right now?
taking them off.
If there is a
Just
guy
getting
out there,
dressed.
if there is a guy out there today that is wearing a bow tie today,
Taking it off.
yeah.
Well, they're not going to bring it in, are they?
No, if you're wearing a bow tie today,
Then you have to kill Nathan. It's
13,
the only
24, 10.
solution.
Let me know. Let's see if they're out there. Let's see if these bow tie wearing people are out there.
Not scientists, because we know that makes sense.
Yeah. If there is a
apparently.
man wearing a bow tie today, let us know if you're murdering anybody. No, I just want our audience wouldn't wear bow ties, would they?
Or murder people.
Would they? No, they'd murder people.
Nathan has a theory.
Yeah.
That if you see somebody who wears a bow tie every day and isn't a scientist. Because if you're a scientist, it's okay to wear a bow tie. I think
When
I'm
you
just trying to
repeat it, it
unpack
sounds
the
stupid.
logic.
No, but I
And
stand by it.
scientists are smart. They'd make good killers,
They
to
would
be
be.
fair.
Lot of
You're a
assets.
serial killer.
Lot of
That's the
assets.
upshot.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the-
But I do think, you're going to murder heaps of people.
We'll call her Susan from North Perth. Good morning, Susan.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Nathan put the call out for somebody who wears a bow tie every day and isn't a scientist. This isn't you, but you do know someone who fits the bill.
Yes, and I'm terrified now because he wears a bow tie every single day to work.
This is my thing. You know why? With such a polite appearance hides a dark truth.
Oh my gosh. So I have to watch out now.
So tell me,
I would say the dark truth that it's hiding is that they're single.
is this person single?
No.
Oh,
So he's married.
he has a partner who allows this to happen.
Well, he's got a good cover then, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So is he into the sciences?
No.
No. What sort of industry, without telling us exactly, is this person you work with? Yeah.
Yes, I can't really say because to be perfectly honest,
Yeah.
I know a lot of my colleagues are probably listening.
Yes.
But they know.
They
You've
will
disguised
know.
And no
your
one
voice.
wants to be murdered.
Disguised your voice with that amazing South African accent you're putting on there, Susan.
Yes, I'm really good at accents.
Yes, it's
I'm really
amazing. It's amazing.
Australian.
We can't even tell that you're Mexican. It's amazing.
G'day, mate.
Oh, my name's really Sheila.
Yeah, very
Hey, so Susan, okay, putting all that aside, can you see this guy could possibly be a murderer?
Well, possibly.
Yeah.
Well, one doesn't know because otherwise, your theory of walking
That's right.
past murderers and not knowing wouldn't be a thing.
So
So
you're working
it's
with
a bit of a
one.
worry.
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah. I'm really glad that you've used a fake name and, of
Yes,
course, this
fake,
amazing fake
accent.
accent.
Yeah, super fake.
The accent's
Yeah.
starting to slip.
Yeah. Susan, just FYI, you'll be dead by the end of the week.
Well,
And we all laughed and laughed and laughed.
you just look out for the South African Susan in the
Yes.
obituaries and the
I
next
mean, the bad
Yeah.
news is it's already Thursday,
Yeah.
so
Hey, Susan,
time's running out.
Susan, this audio will be played at your funeral. Would you like to just say a quick goodbye to all your friends and family right now?
Yeah, just a shout out to all my friends and family. Love you. It was great knowing you.
And now into some REM.
That's right. Susan, It's been really nice knowing you. Thank you for calling.
All the best, Susan.
You're very good at accents.
Have a
as
great
well. It's
last
amazing.
couple of days.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun in podcast form.
Nova's 100 grand or 100 in the hand. Thanks to Liberty. Loans for free thinkers. Got a grand idea? Free think your way to a home, car or personal loan with Liberty today. Eligibility and conditions apply.
Look, if you were paying attention, you just heard Calvin Harris and Ellie Goulding's Miracle, and Calvin Harris is today's featured artist.
Hello, Kirsty.
Hi, good morning.
Hey,
Kirsty, you got through, which is half the battle. Well done.
Thank you.
So, Kirsty, you've got a decision now whether you'd like to take $100 in the hand or if you would like to play for 100 grand.
If I could play for 100 grand.
Now, does it also, they've updated the number of entries. There's 259 people on that list. Does that make a difference to you, Kirsty?
No, not at all. Let's go for it.
Well, then now there's 260.
There you go.
Done. Kirsty is in the running for $100,000.
Kirsty, are you traditionally a lucky lady? Have you won many things before?
No, not at all. I've got too many things on this year, so I want to go for it.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Too many things on, mate.
And with that accent, you can go for it any time.
I just
Kirsty.
love your
It's just
accent so
delightful.
much. Oh, my God.
So bad. My
You know what?
apologies.
You know what destroys me is when someone like you that has such a beautiful accent comes to our country and we dilute it. That's
So
such a
have
shame.
you lost your accent much, Kirsty?
No, not at all. Everyone says it's just as bad as ever.
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
About 10 years next year.
It's not going anywhere, is it?
Nope.
No, unfortunately not.
It's like we're talking to Billy Connolly at this point.
Yeah.
Well, Kirsty, good luck.
Keep after a couple of drinks.
Yeah, that's right. You're officially in the running for 100K. We wish you all the best.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a great day. Cheers.
You too.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Ali, you just got back from a holiday. It was wonderful. You're with your beautiful partner. Mm-hmm. Yes. Wonderful times.
He was with his beautiful partner.
Yes, that's true.
That's me.
Who?
I mean, that must have been awkward for you.
What's her name? Where'd you sleep? So this chick, she's gone. I don't know if you read about it. So she went on a European holiday with her boyfriend, right? But
Yeah, that's lovely. Just like everybody else on Instagram. Nice work.
the thing is, she found out just beforehand that he was cheating on her.
I saw this.
She didn't want to,
She didn't want to ruin the Euro vacay vibes.
Yeah, well, it was all paid for.
It was
So
a
she wa-
9-week holiday.
9 weeks.
9 weeks.
Yes.
You just did 3 weeks with somebody that
And it was enough.
who hasn't cheated on you.
Yeah.
So for 9 weeks. So anyway, every time they got to a different tourist location, she would take a photograph of him and he would sort of be blurry in the photograph. And then in the forefront was a post-it. Now, she told him that she was doing some fun thing for
Yeah.
Instagram and then she was going to show him at the end.
Yeah.
But on each post-it, they had a different message. Let me read out some of the post-its. Here we go. The first one said, "My boyfriend and I have been dating for a year and a half. # I know." The next one, "He told me 6 months in that he loved me. # I know.
I know.
We moved in together and started planning for our future. # I know. He did all the little things to make me feel loved and appreciated. #
I know.
That's right, girls.
We know.
But he would often take trips with his buddy to screw other women behind my back. #
I know.
He acted like he cared for me and loved me when he was really playing me. #
I know.
He doesn't know that I know he's cheating on me. #.
We all know.
So after this trip, I'm breaking up with him. #.
I know.
I
Hashtag,
know.
What are you doing? Just ditch him. Like it's the holiday's not worth it. Get out of there.
Gosh, imagine knowing that the entire time and not being and not saying anything about it. And also, I'm guessing acting like you're not. There's nothing wrong.
No, correct. So he doesn't suspect anything.
I could never.
No,
Could you?
me either.
Could
Not in
you?
a million
No,
years.
but
also, I'm always the one that organises the holidays in the relationship. So I would totally just go, okay, you're on your own now, because he wouldn't know where we're staying, wouldn't know where the next flight was. So because I would gatekeep all that information.
Yes,
so
as you
in
should.
control. Yep,
It's
dump
pretty
him, leave him
full
there.
on. So what I do appreciate about this woman, though, is that this was so well strategically planned.
Oh, it's super cold and calculating.
Like, you know, people plan a proposal or they plan, something romantic. To go into such in-depth maneuvers and calculations and plans on how you're going to break up with somebody.
That's so impressive in public that we're talking about it on radio.
It's actually thrilling. And it must be, it's thrilling for me to hear, let alone...
She's a terrifying woman. Don't cross her.
Absolutely.
Let me take away from this.
Do you reckon a lot of people out there have strategically planned their breakup?
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah?
I reckon timing is important because especially if there's if it's your birthday coming up, you wait.
Of course you wait.
Because there's a present,
There's
right?
presents.
Yeah. So Christmas, when you're exchanging presents, do you go before Christmas or after?
As the breakup her?
Yes.
As the breakup her?
Yes.
Okay, so you're done with them. It depends on what they make because...
Yes. Are they planning a good present?
Are they a
because
good
what you could
present
do is if you know you're going to break up with them, you fake them out. Tell them you're getting them something
Yeah.
really good. They get you something equally good.
Yeah.
You get them something crappy and break up with them.
I've actually let someone fly from Sydney to Perth and then broken up with them so that I could do it in person.
Wait, what?
At his expense.
Wait there.
Yeah.
So he flew from here to see you and you waited for him to get here to complete the flight to tell him instead of telling him before he boarded the flight?
and then he said, take me back to the airport. I said, nah.
No!
Call an Uber, buddy.
Fun. That was
Always a bit of fun, wasn't it? But also, I mean, to be strategic, you could know that someone, your partner that you're going to break up with, has got some good news coming. So then
to soften the blow.
Yeah, so then you wait until they get their good news. They're reveling in the joy of that, and then you hit them with...
So you wait until they
leaving.
win lotto and then you collect the winnings and half the winnings and then let them go.
know.
Is that the way it works?
Let's see if this happens in reality. 132410, we want to know strategically planned breakups. Have you carried one out or have you had one carried out against you?
Where, upon reflection, it might seem a little cold and calculating, but also... They probably deserved it. Let's face it. That guy was cheating on her.
Duh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're going to give somebody $300 to spend at Herdsman Market.
Oh, yes.
$300.
That's a lot of money.
Entertain this Father's Day with our state's best produce, all under one roof at the Herdsman Market.
They've got everything. It's so good. All right, we are talking about those breakups that are strategic and planned.
Amy's in Parkwood. Hi, Amy.
Hi, how you going?
Good, Amy.
Did you strategically break up with somebody, Amy?
I was the person who was strategically broken up with.
Okay, what happened?
So my ex-husband waited until our entire life and house belongings had been shipped up to a remote community up north with a government job before he Facebook texted me and said, I want a divorce.
Oh!
What?
So hang on, who was taking the job up north, you or him?
He was.
He was. So he's taken everything because they paid for it to be shipped up north, and then he went, I want a divorce, see you later.
In a Facebook text.
Where were you?
I was still in Perth. I had resigned from my job, had tenants in our house that we owned together, and was waiting to move up 5 days later.
And he had all the furniture. So then, so he said this. What happened next?
Got a divorce.
But like...
Did you get your stuff back?
Did you just have one fold-up chair? Like, what was it?
So I ended up having to pay for half of my belongings to be shipped back from up north.
No.
That is what we call in the profession a dog act.
He's a monster.
Which is bad against dogs, to be honest.
I
Dogs
know.
would never
I
do
have a
that
beautiful
to you.
dog as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
that he is a monster.
To know that he's going to do that to you.
I
then
know.
I mean, come on.
And when you've resigned from your job and everything, it's like dragging you down and then kicking you in the gutter.
So that was really strategically done to really give you one last kick.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Because he didn't have to do that. He could have said, I'm taking this job. I don't want to be with you anymore. You divide your assets. You get to stay where you are and keep your job.
Isn't it amazing? They always say it would be so great to see with your current partner what they're like when you break up, because then you see the true version of them.
Exactly, that's
if only
right.
people are forced to show that version of themselves at the start of a relationship.
Yes, you could make some informed decisions.
Oof.
Thanks, Amy. Shay's in North Perth. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Shay.
All right, Shay. Talk to us about a strategic breakup. What have you got for us?
Well, so basically it's against me.
Oh, again, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So me and my ex-partner was living together for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And then we have all the Halloween party together. After the Halloween party, he just like, look, this isn't working. I think we need to break up.
So he had the Halloween party. You were dressed as a what?
Good question. What was your costume for Halloween?
But, Squid Game.
Squid Games? what was he?
And then he shot you, basically.
Was he Squid Games as well?
Yeah. So the little giant girl that's in the...
Yes, the little girl with the ponytail.
Yeah, so who turns her head around, that one, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's a really sad tale, but the fact that you dressed as Squid Games makes it funny.
I love that he's like, I can hang on until the Halloween's over.
Yeah. Did he at least take the mask off when he broke up with you, or did he keep it on?
It's a good question.
Well, he just keep it on. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
It's devastating.
Yeah, I think definitely planned it, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to get in one last bash. You know what I mean? One last party.
And he couldn't fathom the idea of being with you in November.
Yeah.
It's just
And I can just see, you know what? It's like a really serious emotional moment where you're both bearing your souls to each other. He's wearing a black mask with a square on it. Yours has got a triangle.
It's never going to work, is it? It's never going to work. Oh, thank you, Shay. All right, 13 24 10. Let's take some more of these. We want to know, have you been involved either as the protagonist or perhaps the victim of a strategic breakup where you're like, oh, this was definitely planned?
Things were put in place.
I was talking to a friend of mine just on the weekend, actually, and she was telling me about her sister who they'd been married for, more than 20 years. But you could tell it was over, like it was one of those dwindling relationships. And then he filed for divorce just after her father's inheritance came through. So her father had passed away,
clever.
and it had, so that becomes her asset then. Doesn't matter. It's a shared asset.
I know, but
I know.
You can see what he did.
Oh, in the court, morally, you can see it. In a court of law, they're like, no, well, that's a shared asset now.
God, that's
it's mean, isn't it?
That's both mean and clever.
Strategic breakups is what we're talking about. Laura's in Wellard. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Laura.
What happened?
It was a bit of a long one. So I wanted to break up with my partner, but then someone in their family passed away. So I was like, well, I can't break up with them now.
Yes, because you're a nice person.
I'm not that horrible.
Yes, okay.
And then they were going off on a trip, and they were going to be gone for quite a few months. So I was like, that's fine. We'll drift apart. That'll make my life easier.
Yes.
But then they invited me on part of the trip. So I was like, oh, okay. So I went on the trip. And then the day we got home from the airport, I broke up with them.
Yeah.
And they were quite upset with me because then every single time someone asked how their trip was, they would have to say, well, my partner broke up with me, even though they'd been gone for months and they'd done all these exciting things. That was the only thing that they told us.
You ruined it.
And then also think about it as well, all those photos of you together on the trip.
Yes.
There were a lot of photos on the trip.
Because when you're with somebody else on a trip, you're not really taking many selfies because you're all about taking photos together.
Yes, that's right.
So then suddenly all the photos null and void from that holiday.
You really did ruin everything, Laura.
Because every photo is a picture of heartache.
It's a constant reminder of your trauma. Oh, I mean, well done, obviously. Tam's in Como. Hello.
Hi, love the show, guys.
Oh, Tam, stop it. We love you.
Come on.
Now.
Come on.
Settle down. Tell us about a strategic breakup. What do you got for us?
Okay, so back in the day, I worked with a girl in an office block, and she started dating one of the guys that worked with us. It got all hot and heavy, got really serious. They moved in together, seemed like the happy ever after, until he did the dirty. And she had to obviously go around one day after she had left him and pick up all of her things. And he said that he wouldn't be there, so she went in, packed up all of her stuff, but as her last revenge, this is pretty gross, she urinated in a jug, and then she emptied all of his cologne into the toilet and then transferred her urine into his cologne bottles.
Okay, this is next level. I've heard of revenge stuff before, but no, I've never heard this one before.
I've heard of it, Natalie. I wear it. It's called Pissy Me Arsey. It's actually really nice.
So we don't know if he ever really found out, but I think he might have, because we all started talking about it, later on. So who knows? But it was her classic revenge.
Yeah, that's Calvin Klein #1. That is, you know what?
That is next level conniving. But he shouldn't have cheated on her, should he? Be careful, because they might get you back.
You'd have to buy a tiny little funnel. Funnel it into each bottle. Anyway, that was some great ideas. Some really, really great ideas.
I didn't realise it was supposed to be instructional.
Well, you know what? You take from this show
what you will.
What you can. We're going to go back to back to Amy, who partner had moved all the furniture.
Oh, yeah, he moved
all
everything.
The furniture.
Because they were moving as a couple to a remote community in the north of our state. She'd quit her job and everything. And then he said, I want a divorce.
Yeah. $300 to spend at the Herdsman Market. Entertain this Father's Day with our state's best produce, all under the one roof at the Herdsman Market. Well done there, Amy.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun and the podcast.
Griller Warfare! Nothing excites the guys more than food. And if your dad is the same, the Jerky Co. is the perfect Father's Day gift. Sort Dad's Prezi out now at jerkyco.com.au.
Now, in case you've forgotten, this Sunday is Father's Day and we are celebrating massively. We've got $5,000 cash from the Jerky Co. to give to a dad who's going to make us a magnificent burger.
Oh, this burger's got to be special, Natalie,
That's
for $5,000. Imagine the bragging rights afterwards.
That's right.
Be able to tell everyone until the day you die. Hello, Casey.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, good,
Okay,
Casey.
Now, remember this burger, you've got to, if we pick you, you'll be here making this for us tomorrow. So you've got to be able to replicate it. We need you to blow us away. What makes your burger special?
So the burger is a aioli double cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm.
So, a dill aioli double cheeseburger.
I like your buzzwords there.
Yes, double cheeseburger, yes.
With smashed patties.
Yeah. Yes.
But the particular type of, I've made a particular type of blend of beef, so it uses 50% chuck steak and brisket, which is my favourite parts of the beef.
Ooh,
with
20%
fat content to bind the burger together. So
yeah, sure. The brisket normally you cook it for a really long time, which you don't do with a burger. How does that work?
Yeah, so it's probably all of maybe 2 minutes. Yeah, right. So it's really hot and fast, seared. So the edges and the top of it's nice and crispy, and you get that umami flavour. But it's
you've got all the words, Casey.
Yeah,
he said umami, Nathan.
I know he did.
Use the brioche bun, high melt cheddar cheese. When you look at it, you go, oh, it's just a cheeseburger, but it's a flavour bomb pack.
Yes, and let's not forget. So the dill aioli. Talk us through that. Do you make that yourself, or do you start with a regular aioli and just add the dill?
And dill it.
I can do either.
Yeah, right.
I would like you to hand dill it.
Yes.
Done.
I want you to give it a good old dilling.
Mayonnaise.
A good deep dilling.
All right, Casey, you hang there. Strong first contender.
All right.
Robbie, hello. Oh, hang on. We're going to go to Adolfo first. Adolfo, hello.
Hello, how are you today?
Great,
hey, Adolfo.
Okay, talk us through your burger. What's so good about it?
Well, I bring a little bit of my country to it. So
Yes.
I do a bit of Mexican into it. So I do a little pico de gallo, which is like your
lovely
purple onion.
Yes.
A bit of like, what's the name? Tomato.
Dude, we've all been to Guzmani Gomez. We got it. Yeah.
Yep.
Pico de gallo is delicious.
Yes.
Yep.
And then you put a bit of like chiles toreados, which is a bit of smoked jalapeno with onion on top.
Yes.
And in Mexico, we use queso Oaxaca, but we have to deal here with a little bit of mozzarella in the middle.
Yes.
And
tell us about the meat. What meat do you use?
I usually use, like, you will laugh.
Donkey?
Natalie,
no.
Natalie.
No, I
don't be
cannot
so
get
sick.
here.
He uses dolphin.
Sorry, Adolfo.
No, I usually use, like, a very, very good meat, and I put a bit of fat, so it just, when it grills, it absorbs it really nice.
Yes.
And I marinated probably about, like, for about 5 minutes.
Yes.
With the salt and a bit of, like, you know the Maggi sauce?
Maggie?
Yeah, like
like Maggie beer, or is in
Maggi
noodles? Maggi sauce. It just makes a very kind of like it absorbs really well.
Oh, okay.
Bye, Gabe.
Bye, Gabe.
I'm just dropping my son to work. Just to see. I know you are, darling.
Oh. I love that. Okay.
Okay, so being a Mexican burger, I've seen this thing nowadays where people are starting to ram corn chips in burgers. What do you think about that, Adolfo?
That's a sacrilege, mate.
That is
Like
a
everyone
sacrilege.
who says nachos are Mexican is lying to you. That's Tex-Mex.
Yes, it's Tex-Mex. It's not.
And
it's
I
not
won't
Mexican.
stand for lies about your culture.
No, that's
I won't
right.
stand for it.
Pure Mexican. Adolfo, you hang there. It sounds very tempting. Robbie's in Braddon. Hello.
How you doing it?
Hey,
Great,
Robbie.
Okay, blow us away, Robbie. What's so good about your burger?
So my burger is basically a Baltic inspired burger. Basically, 24 hours of preparation prior with your garlic, with your herbs, with your onion. Basically, you put it all together. You let it sit in the fridge over 24 hours. Take it out, then basically blend it. Put it into like a Baltic type bread. A bit of capsicum relish, and that's it. Beautiful, simple, easy, but the best tasting burger, and grilled also, not on a flat plate, nice and grilled.
Okay, yeah. So you're saying that the burger is bread, meat, and capsicum relish. Is that it?
Correct, and it's a combination of 80% beef and pork, and basically, you're not going to eat a better burger than that.
And it's also, Natalie, it's got a Baltic vibe.
Baltic vibe, yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Baltic,
I know what you mean.
So, Eastern European.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you were to, lick the word Baltic, what would I taste?
Lick the word Baltic.
Yeah, what would I taste?
What distinguishes a Baltic flavour?
It's just got that flavour.
It's
You'll
the
get that
vibe.
flavour from it's basically the European flavour for it.
European
special herbs.
flavour.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to say, but yeah, basically. But yeah, you won't eat a better burger, I guarantee. I'll give you 5,000, not the better burger.
No, I like it. I like this. This explained European flavour. It's like it would be like getting 2-minute noodles and it has the European flavour.
That's right.
Well, that does taste European.
It tastes like coffee, croissants, and high fashion. It's beautiful. All right, so we have to choose between Casey's dill aioli double cheeseburger, Adolfo's
Votes.
Mexican burger, and Robbie's European flavour burger. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay. A lot of deliberation going on.
Wow,
Yep, okay.
some people went rogue there.
I know. So we can confirm that the contestant who will be joining us here at the Nova Studios tomorrow
This is a lot.
to make his burger for us
I can't believe it.
and potentially win $5,000 from the Jerky Co. is...
He has a great name for a restaurant, doesn't he?
Indeed. It is Adolfo! Adolfo,
Brilliant.
you're going to be making this for us tomorrow, okay? You had us at Pico de Gallo.
You haven't tasted my guacamole.
He's guacamole.
Hey, you keep your guacamole in your pants, mate.
I'm really excited
This
to
is a
taste your
family
guacamole.
show. Natalie will show you her pico de gallo.
It's gonna
Just
be
a
quite
peek.
the
Just a
day.
peek.
All right. Well, that's it. We've rounded out. We have our 4 contenders tomorrow
That's
for
it.
Griller Warfare.
We're done.
Gonna arc up the grills on the Nova balcony. It's all happening.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
So Adele is doing her residency in Vegas.
Yes.
I would like to go and see that.
That's the one she put off for ages because she wasn't happy with the way the production was going, but it's actually happening now.
Yeah.
She would be amazing to see.
And it was so strange because you would think that you would think a residency is when people are on their way out.
Yes, that's right.
You know, it's like
Or
when
if
we
they've
get
been-
celebrities for I'm a Celebrity, get me out of
Yes.
here. We're not getting Debbie Gibson back in the day.
Yes, or they've been trapped into it by their evil manager.
Yes.
And, that's the plot of Elvis, everybody.
Yeah.
Spoiler
That's
alert.
exactly what happened. So this guy, he was so excited to be going to an Adele concert.
Well, I would be excited too. She's the best.
Yeah, his name's Yuan, and he went there with a selfie stick.
Okay, that's a bit
And
annoying.
he wanted to, and he had like the 3D, the 360s view on your camera,
Yeah.
the panoramic.
Yeah.
He had that sort of as the video
So
happening.
he wants to soak in the moment
him,
and
his friend,
be able
Adele,
to watch it forevermore.
People around.
Nobody
Yeah.
watches those things ever again, do they?
Yeah. So he's up there dancing and singing around, singing and getting right into it.
He's in the moment.
And what's happened is woman, firstly, has come from behind and said, "Excuse me, can you sit down? There are people trying to watch this show and you're in front of us."
And it's kind of a theatre environment, isn't it, rather than a concert at a stadium kind of thing.
So then Adele at that point has turned around and she's pointed out at the guy and she goes, and once the song finished and said, "Okay, you can get up and start dancing now." Okay. And then he was like, "Oh my gosh." So then then he went just like,
Crazy.
Well,
he's got their go-ahead from Adele herself.
And then a security guard had come over and had a word to him and said, "Hey, you've got to calm down because you're disturbing everybody around you."
You're being told to calm down at an Adele concert.
There's something impressive and sad, mostly sad about that. So Adele on stage stops singing and addresses the fact that this guy keeps on getting bothered by security.
That young fan there, he's been bothered so much since I came on for standing up. What's going on with him? But yes, you with your hand up. Yes, you. Put your hand up. You. No, you. Yes, you with the stick in your hand. What are you doing? Why are you all bothering him? Can you leave him alone, please? Leave him alone.
I mean, I love that she's sticking up for her fans.
That's fantastic.
Adorable.
"Hey, you with a stick in your hand" is probably the best sentence she's ever said. This guy is validated and all this sort of stuff, right? Now, the woman that was sitting behind him that went and obviously spoke on behalf of the group of people that they were being, they were being annoyed. I'm sorry. Am I wrong to say that they deserve to enjoy this concert too?
How annoying was he? That's the question. Is he just up sort of swaying and clapping like that? Is that what he's doing?
Well,
or is it more than that?
Let's have a listen.
That's it? Yeah. I'd be a bit annoyed if I'd paid good money, very good money, to go to see Adele and that guy singing in my ear.
I know.
I'd rather hear Adele.
Because I can't see Adele. I'm at Adele's residency, not yours.
Not Yuan.
Yeah. One person can ruin a show for you.
It's true.
One person can ruin it for you. And I think, Adele was right. You can get up and dance and blah, blah, blah. But
I'm all for that.
But it's a seated auditorium.
Don't ruin everybody's enjoyment. When I went to see Kevin Hart here at RAC Arena, I missed the end of the show. Yeah. So he builds up to this big story that he's telling.
Yeah.
And I missed the end of it because there was a brawl right in front of us. Now, who gets into a brawl at a Kevin Hart show? And the security came and dragged this guy out, and he's like laying into them. And it was such a spectacle. We're just watching that. And then the show was finished. It's like,
Kevin Hart. I can understand someone being king hit at a Wiggle show, but
I know, Kevin Hart.
Not Kevin Hart.
I know. The people at RAC Arena told us that when the UFC was on here, nobody was ejected, and yet people were ejected at Kevin Hart. Figure that out. What's happening?
We want to know, has somebody annoyed you at a show and possibly ruined it? 13 24 10. If you were the person that did this to somebody, oh my gosh, I just remembered.
You're not self-aware enough to know that, are you?
No, I am. And it wasn't me. It was the person that was sitting next to me. I was in a box seat and I was at the RAC Arena and we're watching Miley Cyrus, and the person sitting next to me went, "Oh, they're doing like cappuccinos in there in the box seat." So she came up with a steaming hot cappuccino and she put it on the ledge, and then beneath the ledge is other people sitting, and then the vibrations of Miley was so powerful it slowly vibrated, and the people down there they wore hot cappuccino, and we both just slumped back in our chairs.
Pretend it didn't happen. They've been hit in the head by a cup, a saucer, and the entire contents. Okay, well that would have ruined it.
We're going to give somebody $150 to spend at McRobert Distillery. For tours and tastings, check out this family-owned and operated distillery. Details at mcrobertdistillery.com.au.
That's what we call compensation. Did somebody ruin the show for you?
Or was it you?
When somebody's ruined the show for you, because we like the fact that Adele stuck up for her fan who was being hassled by security, but also the people around him were a little upset that he was getting into it to their detriment, basically.
You have a problem with it?
And he was also singing really loudly, and if that's right in your
goat sound effect, or was that
no, that was him. That was him.
That sounded like, do the screaming goat.
Should we compare?
This is the screaming goat. Now do this kid. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Who sent a goat to the Adele concert? That's weird.
amazing.
Nikki's in Vic Park. Morning, Nick.
Good morning.
Hi,
Okay,
Nikki.
did somebody ruin the show for you, Nick? What happened?
Yeah, so I took my daughter to the Harry Styles concert this year, and the people behind us were so drunk that one of them ended up vomiting all down my daughter's back.
Oh, Nikki.
How old's your daughter?
She's 20.
Oh, okay. Thank God, because I thought it was like going to say 12.
Yes.
No,
I don't think there's an age where which you're happy
Natalie,
about it.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You shouldn't throw up on women of any age.
I would say on or men.
Or men. Yeah, but, it does
Not
seem
only
worse
was
if
she
it was
covered in vomit, but then the smell all around under the seat and everything for the whole show was just vile.
Who's going to
Not
a
very
Harry
pleasant at all.
Styles concert and getting that blind? You're throwing up?
17-year-olds, Nathan. Have you met one?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Well, surprisingly, they weren't. I reckon that they were like mid-30s, maybe.
That's even funnier.
Like they weren't young. They got up and left straight away.
At what point in the concert was it?
Right at the beginning. Second song
So
or
they
something like that.
preloaded.
So what is one do when they've been thrown up on so early in the show?
You go and buy some merch to change into?
Well, one mother's goes down and buys a $65 Harry Styles shirt.
That's
Do you reckon that's just one of Harry Styles' roadies? That's just strategically placed throwing up on people to try and drive up merch sales?
I mean, interesting tactic. Thanks, Nikki. That's truly awful. Oliver is in Floreat. Hi, Oliver.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, Ollie. Okay, so what happened?
So I recently went over to the World Cup, Women's World Cup final in Sydney.
How amazing. How much did tickets cost for that?
Oh, mate, they ranged to you could pay like $4,000 for a ticket.
Yes, plus airfares.
Like
yeah.
200. Yeah, well, with airfares and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, for sure. So we have this crazy these Spanish supporters in front of us. Every time they got near the goal, they'd just stand up. And there's I reckon there's kind of the rule, right? It's you don't stand up, otherwise everyone behind you has to stand up, which is fair enough. And then there was these old people behind me that kind of they couldn't really stand up and they kept giving me the look. So I said something to them, but they kept doing it. And I asked security politely. I was just please. But they kept doing it. And then, we all ended up missing the goal. And I was just am I in the wrong for wanting them, to just please stay seated because, these old people behind me can't
see.
So wait, you missed the goal.
Because they jumped up in front of it.
The Spanish goal. We missed the Spanish goal.
Because the Spanish supporters... Did you get swept up in the emotion of the moment, though? Because obviously Spanish supporters are very passionate about their football team.
Yeah. I understand that for sure.
Yeah, but you actually didn't see the goal. You went all that way.
After all that as well. Yeah.
Hey, Oliver, how old are you right now?
I just turned 30.
30.
No, 31. Oh, my God.
Isn't that, Oliver, what just happened then? Isn't that disgusting when you realise you're a year older?
Oh, my God, I'm old. Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking because, you're at the age now where you're complaining about people standing up.
Yeah,
at
that's
a
right.
sporting match.
I know. And this is a sporting match, exactly.
And you know what? That wouldn't have been when you were 30. That's because you're 31.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that, Oliver. Debbie's in Kalamunda. Hello.
Good morning, lovely show.
Love you guys. Debbie, thank you. All right, talk us through it. Who ruined the show?
I went to Paul Simon and Sting concert. It was in South Perth foreshore, and my girlfriends were out the front because they were dodgy and they didn't want to pay, and I wasn't on my own. And I get to my row of seating, and there was a group there, and there's a guy sitting in my seat. Yeah. So I went up to him and I said, "Excuse me, sir," but very nice. And I said, "Excuse me, but you're in my seat." He just turned his head and looked the other way. And I said, "Excuse me, sir, but you're in my seat." And he said, "No, I'm not." And I said, "Well, you are." Short story. I sat over him and I said, "If you don't move, I'm going to sit on your knee and wait for security to come." So I sat on his knee, and because he just wouldn't move.
He sat on a stranger's knee to teach him a lesson.
Absolutely. And I sat on his knee and I said, "I don't," because I wasn't going to sit there anyway. I was going to stand and dance, but I wanted a seat until... Because security would have kicked me out, basically. Yeah. And he said, "Well, someone's sitting in my seat and I haven't got a seat." I said, "Well, sorry, sir, but that's not..." Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I said, "But
take it up with
that's
them.
not my problem."
Yes.
Take it up with him, get security. So I sat on his knee and his wife was just... I said, "I don't care, I'm sitting here
His
until
wife
he moves."
was there?
He would, yeah, absolutely. There was like 5 of them sitting there.
So they were all sitting in the wrong seats, the whole group?
All of them sitting in the wrong seat because someone had their seat.
How
and I said, well, that's not my
entitled.
problem.
No.
And I said, that's not my problem. And he just turned his stupid head away from me. So in the end, I sat on his knee and everyone's wetting themselves behind me. And I said, security, and in the end, we all got moved, and I sat down for about 13 seconds. The song came on, and then I went to bed.
When you were sitting on his lap, were you...
I think he enjoyed it.
Were you dancing a little bit? You know, when you bop up and down a little bit? Right,
hell
because
no.
of the music?
No, we didn't want to talk about. No, we didn't want to talk about anything else except the tickets. Thank you very much.
And did you sit facing out or facing in?
Nathan, where's this coming from?
We just want the detail. That would have made him even more uncomfortable.
Exactly.
You would hope.
Uncomfortable, yeah. Made him more
Right in
uncomfortable.
the eyes.
I got him. Don't worry. I got him.
got him,
And I was very nice about it. And I was, very calm and But anyway, we all moved and.
Yeah.
It was a great night.
Well, there you go. Well,
thank you.
We've had some fantastic calls
thanks
just then, everybody.
Yes.
Yep. I think we might go back to the start.
Oh, yeah, well, because Nikki's daughter was vomited on.
Yeah, and that's
at the beginning of the Harry Styles concert.
Yeah, so...
She needs some compensation.
$150 to spend at McRobert Distillery. Going your way.
Nice one.
Thanks, everybody.
Drink responsibly.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Tomorrow on the show, we're going to delve into the competitive world of hot air ballooning.
Yes, yeah.
How do they... Is it a race? Is it accuracy? We don't know. We've got a lot of questions.
You two finished?
Just a little bit of a producer chat going on over in the corner.
Freya and Nat are in the corner talking. What do you mean?
Sorry, guys.
So this is why we want Amy back tomorrow.
We're trying to create radio gold here, and you're in the way of my pickups.
Yeah, I was talking about hot air ballooning. How dare you?
Tomorrow, well, actually, Pricey, you're the one that bought the grills.
I did.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
so griller warfare happening tomorrow.
Took myself down to Bunnings, got 4 grillers. It's ready to go. We're firing them up.
Yeah, we need a deep fryer too, because there's a deep fried chicken burger.
We've got a deep fryer from Deep Friday.
We couldn't find them.
It'd be filthy, though. Oh, God, it'd be
I think that's
rank.
been condemned.
But a deep fry is one of the things you don't clean. You just eat the flavours of the years.
Yes, because the high temperature kills everything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the theory we're running
with.
with.
A deep fry now.
You know what? Can do. It'll happen.
Yeah.
That's right. You know why? Because at Nova we have a can-do attitude.
We do.
$5,000 burger being cooked here tomorrow.
Somebody will take home $5,000. Yeah. Extraordinary. All right. Ross is up next, though.
Do we have a can-do attitude at Nova?
Yeah, we do, but we've got a bigger complaining one.
we do it, but we whinge about it.
That sounds
you know
a lot
what
more
I mean?
honest. Yeah.
Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.